Hello and welcome to Sonyabeonit channel. Today we're going to start a new segment called Sunday Dinner. I am so excited about starting this new segment because when I think about Sunday dinner, it brings back fun memories of my childhood on Sundays. Sundays was a time when people came or your family would come together to feast and reminisce about what happened during the week, talk about things in life. If you hadn't seen them that whole week or talk to them on Sunday, everybody would gather at Big Mama's house or grandmother's house and we would just have a good time. It was even a time when you invited neighbors over, friends over, whomever wanted to come and eat. You were welcome into grandmother's house to come eat if you wanted to come. I can remember way back when my grandmother would get up she worked Monday through Friday. She would get up on Saturday, early Saturday morning, prepare breakfast, homemade meals, biscuits. She would make a tray of homemade biscuits just for me by myself because I loved her biscuits just that much. They would make preservatives such as pears, peaches, strawberries, and that was a form of jelly. And when I tell you it was only greatness that grandmothers did way back when, a lot of people have fond memories. A lot of people don't have memories. So I want to help you create these memories. I want you to start sharing because sharing is caring. And we're going to start showcasing, I'm going to start showcasing meals every Sunday to give you a general idea of how to do meals. Now, my meals are not going to be created from scratch. Some things may and some things may not be created from scratch. We're living in a new day and time, and a lot of people just don't have the time to prepare meals from scratch. That's okay. The general ideal is to cook. Just cook. If you don't cook, if you make a salad, that's a meal. Invite someone over. Invite your neighbor. You may not have immediate family living close by you. You may not even be close with your family. This is a time to spark that renewal of family. Sometimes it's not going to be your immediate family. It may, like I just as well said, it may be someone else, your neighbor across the hall, and you just don't know. In the midst of you inviting that person over for Sunday dinner, creating this meal, you may be doing something special for this person and not even realize what you're doing. But it also is going to make you feel good. It's going to make you look forward to doing Sunday dinners. And when you do your Sunday dinners, I want you to comment on my page. I want to hear your stories. What happened on your Sunday dinner? What did you prepare, if anything? Well, Sonya, guess what? I didn't have time to prepare a dinner. So I decided to take a neighbor out. Or I decided to take the older lady down the street out with someone that I met. Or guess what? I just went and bought a meal and fed a homeless person. You create memories and don't even realize it. And in the midst of those memories you're doing something for someone else. If you have ever looked at any of my tutorials, at the very end of that tutorial, I always put, even in the midst of your own problem, I want you to help someone else along the way. That is so very important. So, like I said, I'm going to showcase what I'm going to cook every Sunday. This Sunday, I'm going to prepare a big meal and we're going to sit down and feast. I had a family member to come over recently and spend the night, and this person, we were excited that they came over to spend the night, but when it came time for meal time, we all sat at the table, and this person was so intrigued and just so excited. I'm like, we don't do this at home. And I'm like, y'all don't sit at home? You have so many people who are divided that live within a household. You may be a single person, okay, that's fine. But it's something else when you are a parent, even if you're a single parent, such as myself, and you have kids within your household. Stop allowing these kids to eat in separate rooms. Stop allowing one to eat in the bedroom while the other eat in the family room and somebody else may sit at the kitchen table. That room was designed for a purpose. That is a time for everybody to come together, sit down, feast, talk about what happened during that day. If you don't do it through the weekdays, make it your duty to do it on Sunday. Come together as a family. If it's just you and your kids, come together on Sunday. Sit at this table. This is very important because a lot of us have lost sight of what family should be about what should take place. And then once you start it on Sunday, it may promote other days of family coming together, sitting at the dinner table and feasting together. We don't sit at the table that often for as other families. Now, when it comes to my kids and I, we sit at the table. We're going to sit at this table, whether they're going to bicker a little bit and we'll talk about some things and we're going to laugh about some things, but we're going to sit at the table, we're going to eat together, enjoy that little time. If we enjoy no other time together, it's about family. It's about creating memories. Start creating these memories, because in the long run, you will have those things to look back on. If you didn't have it as a child, today is the day to start. So with that in mind, let's get started. Okay, so here's my first Sunday dinner meal that I'm going to showcase. And as you can see, I have a lot of different boxes on the counter. That's to show that nothing is going to be done from scratch. When you're preparing food, it's not so much as if it's coming out of a box. It's the love that you put within the meal that makes the meal great. So today we're going to have some Glory collard greens. If you're one who don't like cutting up greens, don't want to cook the ones in the bag, these come fully cooked. These are a good source of iron, and you talking about good, these are very good. I'm going to cook 4 cans of the Glory greens, and I'm going to add to 4 cups of Glory greens, I'm going to add 2 full cups of this full of water to mix inside it. Now for its season, I'm not going to put any additional season in it because it comes seasoned very well, so I'm not going to add any season to it. Inside of that, I want to put me some type of meat inside to give it some extra flavor. So that's the only thing I'm going to be adding to the Glory greens is the meat of my choice, which is going to be the smoked pork neck bones. You can add turkey legs, whatever you want. I'm going to rinse this down real good and add it to my greens. I'm going to make some mac and cheese. Doesn't matter which brand you buy, noodles or noodles. We're going to make some mac and cheese. I'm going to add some shredded cheese and some other things. Now, when I make macaroni and cheese, I do not add eggs to it. So, we're not going to put any eggs in that. We're going to make this by Pillsbury. It's new. It's called the Pink Lemonade. But I'm going to add a twist. I'm going to put a twist to it. We're going to make Pink Lemonade lemon pound cake. It's going to be made into a pound cake. So, it's going to be very lemony. Or it's going to have a lot of lemon in it. It's going to be called the Pink Lemonade Lemon Pound Cake. This is new by Pillsbury, but I'm going to turn a box cake mix into a pound cake. We're going to make some cornbread, and this is going to be with the Martha White yellow cornbread mix. A lot of time I buy Jiffy, but with this you only have to add water or milk. Very simple. A lot of people tend to add margarine or extra. There's like probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of margarine inside of it and a little honey, and then once it comes out, you're going to glaze it a little bit more with honey. I'm going to make some stovetop stuffing or dressing. This is going to serve as my base. I'm going to put this in a bowl. I have some chicken breasts in a bag that I'm going to unthaw. I'm going to bake that chicken breast and use the broth and the butter and the seasons to put inside of this dressing with some chicken broth, and then some chicken broth to be added to the dressing, some cornbread, some cream of chicken that's going to be added in the dressing. I'm also going to use some cream of celery, cream of onion, and cream of mushrooms to make my extended homemade version of dressing. Another thing we're going to have on the menu today, I have already pre-seasoned. I pre-seasoned some ribs on yesterday. Placed it in the refrigerator for today. So I'm going to go outside and grill these. I have 3 slabs of ribs, so I'm going to grill today outside. And then I'm going to add different sauces to it. I'm not going to just do the traditional barbecue sauce. I'm going to add other flavors of sauce, such as like a sweet and sour sauce and a teriyaki sauce and something else. And I may have a few ribs that's going to be plain for those who don't want anything on their ribs. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my meal. Like I said, it's not going to be a tutorial, but it's just a review of the first Sunday dinner meal. We'll be back. So there you have it. Our first Sunday dinner together. We are creating memories. So at the top of the table, we have some rib tips that has some sweet and sour sauce on it. We have a tray that has some light barbecue sauce with some plain ribs. We have some homemade macaroni and cheese, came out of the box, and I put my special touch to it. We have some cornbread that I made. Some collard greens that came from a can, which is glory. I put my special touch to it. I added some smoked neck bones to it. I made some chicken dressing. And for dessert, instead of the pink lemonade lemon pound cake, I did a carrot cake drizzled with some white icing, very lightly, because we want to taste the cake and not so much as the icing. And to top my meal off, I made me some homemade cold iced tea. And do you see the jug? This is how I remember growing up on Sundays, drinking tea out of jars like this. And this was a jar that came from some sweet pickles. So I keep all my jars like this. So there you have it, a complete meal. And we're gonna sit here at the table, enjoy our dinner in communion together. We're just gonna talk, feast, have a good time, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to do the same. I want you to comment on the video, and I want you to as well share your Sunday dinner. Let me know what you prepared for Sunday dinner, what you talked about, how was it. I just want to know everything about it. So until next Sunday, be blessed. That's delicious. I sure miss her face, and I want